Hey guys, thanks for joining me on my talk today. Firstly, a big thank you to Amar and team for putting together another fantastic event. Many great speakers, and I'm sure there's going to be a huge amount of value coming from all the presentations that we have over the coming days. So this is my third year back at the Zenmaid Maid Summit. It's a real privilege to be invited back. And in today's talk, I'm going to be talking about my Google domination strategy. For those of you that don't know me, I also have a cleaning business. I actually set up the business at a very similar time to Amar setting up Zenmaid many years ago. We're now in 4 cities. We do over 7 figures a year, and I have a team managing the business for me. So today I now run a marketing agency called Project 83, and we work with cleaning businesses all around the world, in the US, Canada, Australia, the UK and New Zealand. And we basically help them with client marketing. In my own business, what we found really made a huge amount of difference was when we doubled down on Google. We realized that the best client leads came from being visible on Google. And once we had got our Google ads and Google LSA working well, and we had Google SEO generating lots of leads for us, that's when our growth really accelerated. And I think we went from about 50K to 70K to 80K in a very short amount of time. It may have been a year or so. So today we work with cleaning companies on this very thing. So in today's talk, I just wanted to give you an overview of what the Google domination strategy looks like and how we run it for our cleaning company clients. So I hope you find the presentation helpful. So yeah, let's jump straight into it.
Hi everyone, so I wanted to talk about the Google domination strategy. So this is our main marketing strategy that we use in my own cleaning business. We're in 4 cities now, and we use this approach with all the other cleaning companies that we work with on the marketing side as well. So I wanted to take you through what the Google domination strategy is. There's a few core parts to it, but essentially what we are trying to do is to make sure that we focus the majority of our client marketing efforts on appearing on the results on page 1 of Google. So essentially it is a combination of running Google advertising campaigns, and and you have SEO, Google SEO campaigns running, and those are the 2 main areas that we focus on. We send that traffic to dedicated landing pages that are optimized to take someone from someone going to your site to actually wanting to pick up the phone and call you or find out some more information by filling an online form. And then finally, we use a follow-up sequence, a nurture sequence to try and get those leads to become clients. So what do I mean by the Google domination strategy and wanting to be on page 1 of Google? So as an example, if we go to this page here and type in house cleaners London, it could be whatever location you are, house cleaners in Boston, house cleaners in Toronto. And really, when we talk about page 1 on Google, it is all these results that you see down on this first page. We're going to go into these in a little bit more detail, but essentially you have 4 main sections. You have your Google local service ads section at the top. These are the 3 boxes. Then you have your Google Ads results, which is the second part here, with the sponsored subtitles there. In the middle of the page, you have your Maps listings, your Google My Business profiles, and you have the various companies with their ratings and phone numbers. And then towards the bottom, you have what's called your organic SEO listings. And really what the strategy is that we want to try to maximize our visibility on page 1. And that means we need to be visible in all 4 sections: in the Google local services at the top, in the Google Ads second down, in the Google Maps listings third, and then the organic SEO at the bottom. So essentially that is what we are trying to do, and what we found from experience is that if you are visible in all those areas and you are running effective campaigns for each of those four, then you are going to get an awful lot of clients coming to you. You will never have an issue with finding new clients. So when we talk, so if we go to step one here, so why do I think page one of Google is where the best traffic is? What do we mean by the best traffic, first of all? So, if you put your shoes in, if you put your, put yourself in the position of someone wanting to get a house cleaning company, a maid service to help them with the upkeep of their home, where would you go? Would you go to Facebook and type it in, or would you go to a newspaper website and see recommended cleaning companies? No, the place where 99% of people will go is to Google. They will go to Google and type into the browser, house cleaners near me, house cleaners in Boston, cleaning companies in Toronto, that type of search. So Google is the first place that people will go to. And what that means is that what we tend to get is the best quality traffic. The best quality traffic is that traffic that has a high percentage chance of converting. What that means is someone types in the search, they go to your website, and then they act on that. They pick up the phone, call you, or they fill out an online form. Those people are in the market for a cleaning company much more than someone who is scrolling through Facebook or scrolling through Instagram and sees a cleaning company advertising. That is a very passive type of advert. That person isn't really in the market. So even if they click on an advert in Facebook or Instagram, the percentage chance of that person then acting on that and wanting to give you a call or even book in the schedule is going to be a lot lower. So in my business, what we do is we just focus on page one of Google. Really one of the key things we need to be aware of is that if you can figure out where the most effective marketing channels are and you go all in with them, you will really, really grow quickly. So page one is where the best traffic is. We find it better, a higher conversion rate than other sites like Facebook. This point here as well, you will have come across many of these pay per lead sites, where effectively you pay these websites a fee for contact details. If they are looking for a bi-weekly service, you buy the lead for whatever it is, $25-$30, and then you get the person's email address and phone number, and then you can follow up with them. So there are lots of pay per lead sites. Bark is one, Thumbtack, Angie's List, and they are good in a sense that people who are putting leads through and making inquiries through those sites are indeed looking for cleaning companies. But the issue is by and large they tend to be, you end up in a price shopping game, and the issue is that lead will get sold to multiple cleaning companies. So you follow up with that cleaning company, and four others will follow up as well, and you will all say you do a great service. It's all about quality, but really the main differentiator between all those cleaning companies will be the price. So invariably someone who is making an inquiry through Bark or Thumbtack ends up going with a lower price provider. And one of the big things that I talk about with my clients is that we need to price our services high, because we need to be making enough profit to reinvest in things like client marketing and recruitment to grow our cleaning businesses. So really we don't want to be going after those clients which are trying to reduce our prices, because that will hit our profits as well. So Google is where the best traffic is. The final point here is important to know. So as we saw on this list here, we've typed in house cleaners London, it could be house cleaners Boston, but depending on what the search is, you will get a different list of results. House cleaners in Boston is a great search, but if someone else searches how long does it take to clean my 3-bed property, and you're on page one there, invariably that person is looking for guidance on how to clean their own property. They are not really in the market for a cleaning company. So if your cleaning business is on page one and they click on it, the percentage chance of them actually giving you a call to try and find out more information or getting in the calendar is going to be a lot lower than someone who types in house cleaners in Boston. So when we talk about being visible on page one on Google, we need to be visible on page one on Google for high intent keywords. So those keywords tend to be, either the service, house cleaning companies, or service plus a location, house cleaning companies near me, house cleaning companies in Boston. Those are the keywords that we need to go after. So when we are thinking about our Google domination strategy, it starts with what keywords are we going after, and it typically involves the service you provide plus the location. And the location can be your main town or city, but then it could be all the individual little smaller suburbs, towns around your location as well. And there will be lots of different combinations. And really, when we are running Google Ads campaigns and SEO campaigns, we're trying to come up with those combinations, those high intent keywords, and trying to be visible as much as we can for those page one results. So that takes me on to step two then. So when I talk about maximizing our visibility on page one, as I said, essentially there were four main sections. And to go through them very quickly, the Google local service ads at the top, this is really Google's pay-per-lead platform. There are a few things to note here. So essentially what you do is you give Google a budget and they will send you phone calls direct to your number, or they will send you online messages. Really there's not a huge amount you can do to try and maximize your visibility here. There are some really important things that are key, like the number of reviews, making sure you pick up the phones, making sure you've built out your profiles, and there's photos and lots of relevant text in there. So there's definite things that we can do to optimize things. But essentially what happens is if someone clicks on this, they will get diverted to your phone number or sent a message. So Google Local Services is a great place to be, top of the page. There are certainly things that we need to be doing there, and certain things that we can be doing to optimize our visibility here, because one of the other things to say is that there are 3 spots here, but there are many more than 3 cleaning companies in the area who are trying to get to these positions. So it is very, very competitive. And what we do is when we're running Google Local Service ads campaigns for our clients, we are trying to optimize in all these different areas that I talked about, the profile, maximizing our reviews, making sure we're picking up all our calls and things like that. So that's the Google Local Service ads at the top, the LSA. The next part is Google Ads. So with Google Ads, if you think of LSA as being a very simple platform, Google Ads is much more complex. So we can bid on certain keywords, we can bid more on certain keywords and less on certain keywords. We may want to be more visible for residential cleaners near me and less visible for maid service in Boston, for example. And how we bid influences where we are in this page, because there are Google Ads results at the top of the page. But also, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see these sponsored links at the bottom. There are Google Ads at the bottom of the page. So there are far more things that you can do to influence your position here. You can see this cleaning company has an image. This second one doesn't. With Google Ads, we want to be testing lots of different titles. We want to be making sure that we've got descriptions. And really the idea is we really want to try to make our advert as enticing as possible to get someone to click on our adverts. And then the other important thing to say is that whereas Google Local Service ads get sent directly to your phone, these Google Ads results will invariably get sent to your website. So people get a far better chance to have a look at what you do, browse the website, have a look at all your pages. You obviously get more traffic to your website, which helps with your SEO as well. So Google Ads is a slightly different beast. You pay each time your advert is clicked, there are far more things that we can do to test and iterate on that. And sometimes you find that Google Local Service ads gets us leads cheaper. Sometimes it's Google Ads, one of the things that we do when we're working with our clients on their marketing is trying to continually test to make sure that we're putting as much money into the lowest cost per lead areas as we can. So that's the Google local service ads. And when we think about, when we're running campaigns for our clients, we tend to think of Google advertising as both Google ads and Google local service ads. So you're putting money to Google and saying, we want to be visible for these keywords. We want to be, visible for people searching in this way. So section 3 and 4, the Google My Business, which is the map section, and the organic listings below, are really part of our broader SEO strategy. So when we're running SEO campaigns for our clients, we're trying to be visible in the map section, the Google My Business, as well as the organic SEO rankings as well. So the Google My Business section is this, this section in the middle of the page that's centered around the maps. So, as you can see here, again, we've got 3 listings here. There will be many more than 3 cleaning companies vying to get visible here. So, there are many things that we can do. Again, the same sorts of things apply as Google local service ads. We need to be getting lots of reviews. We need to have a full profile. We need to be, have lots of pictures and images and videos on our profile, have a great a great experience, a great landing page, all those sorts of things. So Google My Business is really, really important, and this is like a separate strategy within SEO in terms of how do we get to this position. Reviews are obviously really important, and there are certain things we can do to get our clients to leave more and more reviews. So it's the volume reviews, it's the average rating, it's the recency of reviews, all those types of things. So Google My Business is the 3rd section that we need to be visible for, and then at the towards the bottom of the page, these are called the organic SEO rankings. So these are the results that Google brings up and says, we've looked at the search term house cleaners London, and we think these companies are most relevant for those searches. So typically those companies, those websites will have lots of keywords around house cleaners in London, lots of content, lots of images, videos, all focused on house cleaners London. So organic SEO is a separate strategy as well, and there are broadly 2 parts to it. There's the on-page optimization, so where you're making sure that your website talks a lot about house cleaning in London or house cleaning in Boston, or your titles include your keywords, or your images are tagged in this way. You also need to be looking at the technical parts of your website. So how fast is your website loading? That's really important. Does your website look good on mobile as well as desktop? And then on the other side, you have something called the off-page SEO, and this is really where other cleaning, other companies, other websites are linking to your company. So let's say you were interviewed by your local newspaper talking about, your cleaning services, and the local newspaper website at the bottom said, we interviewed the CEO at this company, and there was a link from that newspaper to your website. Google looks at backlinks as like a vote of confidence. So if there's a very highly authoritative website, like a newspaper, the big newspaper in your town or city, Google will see that vote as a big indicator that your company is a legitimate company, they are a really good quality company, and they will push your your company higher up in the search results. So SEO has a huge amount of things that we need to do, but as I said, when we're running our SEO campaigns for our clients, we tend to look at trying to optimize our Google Maps listings as well as our organic, because they are closely correlated, and a lot of the work we do on one will help the other and vice versa. So when we look at maximizing our visibility on page 1, it is broadly making sure that we are visible on all 4 sections: Google LSA, Google Ads, Google My Business, and organic SEO. And the reason for that is simple. Say you were only running Google LSA, if that happens, then your company is only visible on 1 spot of those, say 20 spots on page 1 on Google. If you are in Google LSA, Google Ads, Google My Business, and organic SEO, you're in 4 spots. So effectively, you have 4x the number of spots. You're not invisible on 1 spot, you're invisible on 4 times as many spots. So the likelihood that someone actually does the search house cleaners in Boston and comes across your cleaning company, whether it's LSA, ads, maps, or SEO, is going to be 4 times as high. You're 4 times as likely to get that person engaging with your company, 4 times as likely to get someone to call you up or send a message, and 4 times as likely to get that person into your calendar. So as you can imagine, if you're getting four times as many inquiries, 4 times as many clients, your growth is going to really accelerate. So maximizing visibility on page 1 is really important. We ideally want to be visible on all 4 of those locations. And then the third part here is super important, because people think that, okay, if we are ranking and visible on page 1, then that's great. But what we need to do is make sure, particularly with Google Ads and Google My Business and organic SEO, where people are going to your website, we need to make sure that the website is optimized for conversion. People talk about landing pages. Landing pages is the page, the first page that people come to after they click on the ad or the organic listing. So we need to make sure that it is optimized for conversion. So what I mean by that is we need to make sure it's very easy and very obvious for how someone gets in touch with you to find out more information. We need to make sure that the phone number is very visible in the header of the page. We don't want it to be buried in the bottom, so it's hard for people to find your phone number. We want to have a form that makes it very easy to fill out. We want to make sure that the website looks great on desktop as well as mobile. So what the website looks like, the landing page looks like, is really important, because we could be visible on page 1 getting lots of traffic, but if we've got a really poor landing page that doesn't convert very well, we're not going to get the clients. So a good number to keep in the back of your mind is a 20% conversion rate. So with all the clients that we work with on the paid advertising and the SEO side, we aim to get a 20% conversion rate. So for every 5 people that click on our website, we'll get 1 person getting in touch, calling us, 1 person filling out an online form. So we've identified that page 1 of Google is the best place to be. We're focusing on the high intent keywords with a high conversion rate. We're making sure that we are maximizing our visibility by running LSA, Google Ads, being visible in Google My Business and SEO, and we are sending that traffic to a highly optimized converting landing page. The final piece of the puzzle is the follow-up. So if someone sends us a message asking for some further information, we need to follow up with them. We need to follow up with them quickly. We need to follow up with them multiple times. And as I say here, really the money is in the follow-up. So we need to make sure that if we try, calling someone twice, we don't just give up. That lead isn't cold. We need to be following up multiple times. We need to be calling them up. We need to be sending them emails. We need to be sending them an SMS message. And what we find is that if we're using these multiple channels, the chances of us actually following up with the client and engaging with the client is going to be so much higher. If we engage in the client, maybe we speak to them or they get a message back, from our SMS, we're going to be far more likely to close that lead to a client as well. So the multiple follow-up is really important. We don't give up just after a couple of days. We follow up over a week or 2 weeks even. And then the speed of response is super important. So the lead comes in, we can't let it be half an hour before we get back to someone. We need to get back to someone within 5 minutes, ideally. And, we use automation software within our business to help with this follow-up. And we have this as part of what we offer on the marketing side. So I hope that all makes sense. Really, in a nutshell, this is what the Google domination strategy is. This is what we use within my own cleaning company today, and we used it to scale to 4 cities. We focused on page 1 on Google. We maximized our visibility on page 1 on Google. We sent that traffic to highly optimized landing pages, and then we followed up with multiple channels and using automation software to help us close those leads to clients. So today we work with cleaning companies all around the world. We have clients where we run this entire strategy for them. We run the Google ads, we run the LSA, we run Google My Business, we run SEO. We have landing pages, we have the follow-up sequence in place. We also run parts of this for some clients. So for some clients, we just run their paid advertising campaigns, their Google Ads campaigns. For others, we just run their SEO campaigns. So If you're interested in finding a little bit more about what we do and if we can help, if you just click the link below to book a call, we'll find out a little bit more information, and we can run through the details and see if we can be a fit for what you're looking for.